Good morning. Today we're going to be talking about financials. So no surprise there, of course, after the bailout of First Republic, the semi-bailout. Obviously, as you heard in the Longbow notes, we've been hearing that management team were selling shares before this debacle. 30 billion may not be enough. They've obviously taken in a lot of capital from the emergency funding that the Fed and the banking industry has been giving them. So people are still pretty worried about these regional banks, including First Republic. So we're going to jump to the Longbow dashboard because you're probably wondering, what are the trading ranges? So you may or may not have unlimited ranges like I do. So let's hop over there to take a look at where we're at today. So I've put together a few names for you. If you want other ones, you can shoot me an email or send me a tweet, and hopefully I can get that in there for you as soon as possible. We're starting off with the XLF. We're still in the middle of the range, so don't get too excited. It means that technically speaking, right, that we could see it go lower. So even though this is bearish short term, bearish medium term, you're still not at the bottom of the range. Same thing with regional banks. So again, you've seen the news happen and then the stocks pop, the stocks drop. You've seen it all happen this week. You don't need me to tell you about that. But look where it is. The white bar is in the middle of the green and the red bars. So be careful there. JP Morgan, we're talking about people who've been bailing out First Republic. You've got JP Morgan, Bank of America, Citi, Wells, all very, very similar. Look at that in the range. So it just shows you the ranges are pretty much working, but they're letting you know there could be upside, but there also could be downside. And the odds here, though, are skewed in your favor. But, if you're talking about regional banks, it's 1.9 to 1. Is that really the odds that you're looking for to place a bet on illiquidity and credit crisis? I'm not sure I would. We got Wells Fargo, kind of similar here. All the big banks are, call it on the odds between 2 to 4 times to 1. First Republic, look at that. You're basically saying, be careful. Like, is there even a range we can talk about? This range is so wide. Look how narrow it was till all the problems started coming out, and then boom. It's just saying, be careful. So definitely use that kind of range if you've been, trying to play for some type of savior outcome. What it's telling you is it still could go lower. So take note of that. And then I've brought in some fixed income ETFs as well as vol ETF through the VIX index. It's obviously not an ETF, it's the index. But here you've got the 2 ETFs. The TLT still in the middle of the range. SHI still in the middle of the range, heading into the Fed meeting. Again, because Europe raised their rates by 50 bips, they're delineating, remember that, between, hey, we're going to use certain type of initiatives to make sure to shore up the financial system versus other initiatives, meaning hiking rates to fight inflation. Don't be fooled into thinking that that's not what's going to happen here. I know crypto's been on a run that is a derivative of this play. People thinking that rates are going to have to pause or go down, so they're going to go back. People will put money back into risk assets. But we'd be cautious of that because if inflation stays sticky, labor still stays strong, you're going to see the Fed hike, and that will really change the outcome of that type of play where people are getting out more of risk assets, not jumping back into them. The VIX index, again, you're looking here in the middle of the range. So if we're going to pop that up, range got super wide along with the financial issues that have occurred here in the States and abroad with CS and others. And so totally middle of the range there, this 1.35 to 1 in terms of the odds. So again, not the day to be a hero. Hopefully you have tons of cash. You've got, even if you have longs, you got shorts on, and you're watching and waiting for the opportunities that you want to make when you're getting things at the high end of the trading range or the low end of the trading range. That's when you make your move. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you back next week.